Hey, what's up guys, nothingwired.com. You're looking at new Xolo Q1000 Opus and we're gonna show you what's in the box first. So you see it's a pretty usual white colored box there, Xolo, and the MRP is 9999 there you can see, but you'll get it for a lot cheaper online or with your local vendor. Some quick specs out here. It has a 1.2 gig quad-core Broadcom processor, a video core 4 graphic engine, that's the GPU, and then you have a 5-inch IPS display, 480 by 854 pixels of resolution, and you have a 5 MP rear camera, 720p video capability and VGA front camera. You have 3G dual SIM, micro SD card supported, 1GB RAM, 4GB internal memory, 2000 mAh battery, and some other specs there. So let's go ahead and see what's in the box first. So when you open the box, the first thing usually comes out is the device. So there's the Xolo Q1000 Opus. We'll come back to the device in a bit. You also get a flip cover, there you see. Then you have some extra screensaver there, screen guard, sorry. And then you have nicely compartmentalized, you have your USB 2.0 port, and then your earphones with call control, but not volume control though, silver plated audio jack, and then your quick start guide and the warranty and legal information. On this side you have your round pin USB wall adapter. So that's about all the content in the box. We're gonna set them aside and we're gonna take a look at the Q1000 Opus. You'll see I'm gonna just zoom in a bit. So it's all plastic and it's about 9 mm thick, so it's a decently curvy and thin for this price point, about 9K. As I told you, 5-inch IPS display, 480 by 845 pixels. On top you have the earpiece, and then your VGA front camera, your notification light and sensors and stuff, and then your menu, home and back button there. On this side you have your volume rocker, below you have micro USB 2.0 port, and then your mouthpiece. Here you have your power button and then your 3.5 mm jack. You see this nice, although it's plastic but looks metallic silver color, shiny side grille there that gives the device a premium look. Behind you have a glossy back cover that's removable. You have your 5 MP autofocus camera that records at 720p at 30 fps, accompanied by an LED flash, the Xolo marking there, and then your speaker grill. There is a bump on the grill so that it does not obstruct the sound coming out when you put the device on a flat surface. Yeah, let's go ahead and open the back flap. It's a decently thick piece of plastic. Yep. Then you have your 2000 mAh battery, and then your SIM 1 goes in here, WCDM and GSM. This will support 3G, and then your only 2G supporting SIM 2, and then your micro SD card slot. Your micro SD card can be removed, and the SIM 1 can be removed without having to remove the battery, which is thoughtful thing from Xolo. Overall, I like the look and feel of the device. And somehow I just find the look is kind of borrowed from the Samsung Galaxy Grand. I think you would agree to it, but then it's fine. Even a Samsung's design, I'm afraid, are not totally 100% original, so they keep happening in the industry. But leaving that aside, I like the look and feel of this device. It's very glossy, so it's gonna attract fingerprint. As you can see on the screen here, a lot of fingerprints. It attracts fingerprints on the back as well, but because it's glossy, it gives you a more youthful, playful and consumer look of the device here. Well, let's go ahead and turn this on and check out the display and then the user interface. So that's your Xolo now. Yeah, now this guy runs on Android 4.2.x, and then you have slight Xolo custom UI skin on top. Although the Xolo skins are never too deep, so you will get an ample feel of the stock Android Jelly Bean UI. So that's your unlock screen there. You can see Google Now, camera, and then unlock. You can of course check out the notification bar from on top of the unlock screen. Let's check out the display first, and it's a low res display, so of course you would see some pixelation. And check out the camera lens there. Let it focus and you will see that it's very slightly zagged. Can you see that lens is a round edge? Yeah, so that happens when your screen is lower than it's supposed to be according to the size of the screen. That's the 5-inch diagonal. Yeah, but then the screen looks quite bright, although not crisp enough. We're gonna check out the photos and the videos while we check out the multimedia performance of the device. So at that time we're gonna discuss more about the display quality. You have your home screens out there. You see 5 home screens. Like the stock Android build, you cannot add or remove them. You can long press to add your wallpapers. To add your widgets, you'll have to go to the widgets menu here, and then you can long press and drag it onto the home screen to add any widgets that you want. Yeah, your notification bar, you can clear all applicable from that, and then you can also go to the quick function toggle bar there. Yeah, and your app dock is customizable. You can have your own choice of popular app there. Yeah, so that's your menu, system settings and all, and then long pressing the home button will show you the recent apps. There are no recent apps as you've just switched on the phone. So let's check out the system settings. Typical stock Android 4.2.2 system settings there. You can add all these accounts. You have your audio profiles and battery and storage. So this guy has 4 GB of internal storage. You can see 1.16 GB available, and then I have my micro SD card inside, of course. About phone, and you can see 4.2.2 Q1000 Opus. Yeah, and that's the main app drawer. Yeah, so you'll see that the phone does not lag much. In fact, we like this thing about Xolo. They put quality stuffs inside, although the price is not very high. Now it lags when you do heavy multitasking, or let's say when you're coming from a very immersive application, like for example a game, straight to your home screen, or you're trying to switch between your apps a lot. Then it hangs, it lags sometimes. Not hangs, it lags sometimes, but that's understandable because it's not a bleedingly high capacity CPU. Yeah. So we have some of the games mainly we have installed for gameplay purpose: Asphalt 8, this one, and then FIFA 14, Fruit Ninja, and Nova 3. But apart from those, others come pre-installed. You see the typical Google Android apps like Gmail, Google Settings, Hangout, and YouTube and stuff. You also have the popular and usual Xolo in-house app like Xolo Care, Xolo Power, and Xolo Secure. So Xolo Care is like their you can say on-site support. Then you have your Xolo Power for power management, and Xolo Secure is kind of where you can track your phone when it gets lost, and some other security features. So let's go ahead and check out the browser, and there you can see again very stock browser, and we're gonna check out the HTML5 performance. So HTML test, and then you can check out how it fares in HTML5. Yep, 278 only out of 555, which is actually a dismal result. It's one of the lowest scores that we've seen on any stock browser. Then you can bookmark from there. You can also go to settings from there, the usual stock settings, nothing much to talk about. Yeah, and then you have your camera, so that's the 5 MP camera, and pretty neat UI. You have your settings from your flash settings, your white balance settings, then exposure compensation dial, and then you're switching to front or back camera, and then you have your complete settings. So you can see pixel size max is 5 megapixel, and then some basic settings there. No custom ISO, no custom metering, etc. You can shoot panorama, video, or still from here. Yeah, now let's try to click some still. It takes some time to autofocus. Once it locks, then it does not delay in clicking a photo, but then the overall delay is about for a second, or just a little more than a second. Yeah, you can also start recording videos. Video recording start is almost instant, but you cannot take still while recording video, as you can see here. Yeah, that goes the panorama. There you see. So now the photo and video performance are very decent for a 5 MP camera. The photos under enough light has enough detail, but it's not like you won't be able to see you won't be able to zoom in very careful to see all details, because that's not what a 5 MP camera is capable of anyway. And under low light you see a lot of noise, but that's again understandable. A 5 MP camera can never be, or never should be, your primary camera. Videos under enough light does not have any fuzziness. It lacks details big time in digital zoom, but then the metering is quite good, and there is no discoloration. Your FM radio, you see, and you need to plug in your wired headsets, and then your gallery, again very usual stock gallery user interface. Yeah, there you go, and then your music, and let's check out some of the music then. So the sound is pretty clear, pretty bass heavy. The treble is quite tuned, but then it's not loud enough for a speaker output. We're gonna check another one. There you see, the bass is decent, even the treble, but then it's just not loud enough for a speaker. Can have the sound effects here. Let's see if it goes. So it just increases the bass, and it increases kind of the surround sound effect just a bit, but then not much. Yeah? So that's about music app, and yeah, so that's mostly about it. It's quite snappy. We'll start with Fruit Ninja. It should be pretty easy for this phone. It's very smooth and fast. Yep, does not skip a frame. Very easy. Yeah, we'll move on to the next game, Beach Buggy Blitz, and there is lag while playing the movie. water droplet and the other environmental details are fine, but they're not very complex anyway. Response to my fingers is fast and real time. There is no lag there. There's no skipping of frame. Yeah, so good enough. Next is FIFA 14 and we'll play a match between Manchester United and Manchester City with classic controls. And let's get started. Like just a bit. Yep. But overall it's quite smooth. The animations, the films don't skip any frame. Yeah. All the detail is not much. The textures are quite basic. But then the pace is pleasant and there is no skipping of frames or lag whatsoever. Next, Asphalt 8, which is quite a demanding game and puts a lot of pressure on the GPU.